So let's talk about how your body is a lifelong project. And how basically this journey, right, that you go through, like all your life, as you deeply get into yourself more, like it's a way of connecting to what you are, like as a personality, but then also it's going to instill this remembrance of your divinity. Now, like the divinity word is, it's a big word, right? And, it can evoke reactions, right, in people, especially if they're, you know, I guess, their frame of reality is more on the material, right, than the ethereal. But by going into your body and what I mean by going into your body and healing your body in a sense, like refining your body, like you've been given this sports car and you want to learn how to use it, right? It's a highly engineered machine and it requires care and it requires your attention and it requires the right ingredients, the right fuel, and the right environment. And to do all that, you basically need to look at yourself, right? You need to feel yourself. You need to connect to the energy field within your body. And so how you do this is up to you. There's no rule about how to do this. There's many ways to do this. For me, there was a lot of physical pain in my body and a lot of postural issues that I've worked on a lot, but it's a constant journey. It's a gift that I get to continue to do it. Because like for me, this pathway brings me in. Like I have to go there in a way to feel good in my body. I need to learn about it and I need to understand its patterns and what helps it and what doesn't. And I need to understand the mental connection between my body and the emotional connection between my body. And in a practical way for me, this is like a lot of self-massage. This is a lot of meditation and like stretching and exercising and cardio, like in the forest. I like to hike. And that also brings nature in, right? Which also, like in a sense, for me, like relaxes my nervous system. So these are the ways that these are parts of what I do, right? To help myself. And when I say help myself, it's coming from a positive frame, right? Like it's a pleasurable process. Like there's a benefit. This journey is delicious, right? We get to unlock, densities in our system. And then through that, feel so much better and behave so much better and just interact with reality so much better and all the people in our life. So it's like this beautiful gift, right? It's a gateway. I used to see it as, I had to, I was given this situation and I'm not being a victim about it, but there's a part of me that was then. And, people have varying degrees of what this is, and it can be subtle or it can be major. Everyone's got their things to work out. And there's many ways to do that. I'm just saying that the body, your vehicle, is a great way to do that. And you benefit from it hugely because it's your most prized possession, right? What's worth more to you than your body? We often spend way more time, taking care of our house or our car or whatever we have, like our things, right? And our most prized possession is ourselves. So it's committing to this and then seeing the understanding of that and then starting to feel the fruits of doing that. And it's fun, right? There's nothing not fun about it. And then what really happens here, or what is really happening here, is that this is bringing you actually, like any of these portals, these gateways that you can learn this, is this sort of instilling of this remembrance of your divinity, right? Your presence, right? Your being. As you clear out these densities, as you shed distortions in the physical part of your system, but also the mental and emotional part of your system, you reveal what you are to yourself. And what you are to yourself is not at all what you think you are now or who you think you are now. It's another dimension of reality. So, like, basically you have you, right, that believes you are this body doing this and this mind. And then there is this divinity within you, this spirit. And as you go through the gateway of your body, you reveal this to yourself more and more. So it's that's the unspeakable part of it, but that's the real reason why it's happening. Not for the reasons necessarily that you might think. There's a huge bonus to basically taking your personal device, your body, your mind, your character, your personality, and in a sense, putting it through the washing machine. And sometimes it feels like it's going through the fire. But what's happening is it's just letting go of things that aren't in alignment with what you are on a spirit level, on a divinity level. And then you just become more and more marinated in this being of yourself. That becomes more what you are, until it's understood as what you are. So it's this really, really wonderful kind of haunted funhouse roller coaster at times. But it's being pulled along, right? It's being pulled along, and you're not doing it alone. Basically, everybody's doing this, whether they understand it or not, on some level, in whatever way they know how to do it, or that their system is basically programmed to work towards. So everyone's doing it. And then at the same time, you're not alone, because you are just connecting to that same part that is in everybody else, that is the whole of the parts. So enjoy your body, My nervous system was so dysregulated, I had epilepsy. I started having seizures as a teenager. And then until I learned how to regulate my nervous system in my later 20s, I was on medication that whole time. And now I'm not on any medication. And it was this beautiful kind of, it forced me into a corner, right, where I had to learn how to tune my device, right? I needed to adjust the radio frequency on my body. And it forced me to get quiet. It forced me to be still, right? It forced me to just listen to myself and do what I could, to help myself in a way, like eat better food and things like this, like very practical. It just needs to be seen as a priority if we really want to, because it takes an incredible amount of energy to function in this world, right? It's a bit of a chaotic kind of place at times. And for us to walk through it in peace and harmony requires a finely tuned device, right? And that device is your body. So this is basically, when you think about it on a very level like that, it's completely foundational, right, to everything that you do, and it's only going to benefit everything that you do. And things are going to get realigned through this process. So life situations are going to shift for you. And that sometimes, that's kind of like going through the fire and then, or, being in the washing machine kind of thing. But it all moves you towards that, right? And the body is this constant practice that you can have throughout the entire experience, right? That you're here in this life. Because you have like whatever, who knows how many years you have. But you're visiting here right now, right? As this device. But that device is your vehicle. So take care of it, right? Take care of it. And it's a never-ending process. And it starts with the basics. You just go to the first thing that needs attention and you start giving attention to that. And then you start learning about it. And then you start realizing things about yourself that can, improve in a sense. And so you just do your best in a relaxed, kind way to yourself. You give yourself this process. So it's really like a self-love as well, right? Like a very fundamental, basic self-love. And then by doing that, everybody in your life improves. So it's not a selfish thing to do. It's actually quite a selfless thing to do, because you're giving attention to the way you function with everybody. And how much, what could be more beneficial to everybody than that, right? You being more true to yourself. And it comes with bumps in the road, right? Of course. And it's a ever deepening sort of clarity of understanding that goes through it. But all those are necessary. And if you're bringing awareness to it, your life situation, your body, your thoughts, all your habits, things like this, just bringing some attention there, realizing and understanding the value of that. And it can be small at first because the habits can be so deep. But you just take it at the pace that you can. And yeah. It's going to be an adventure, right? And an adventure that continues to get more and more interesting. It doesn't flatline. It's the only thing that doesn't flatline, right? Pursuing this. It hits some detours and cul-de-sacs, but that's just part of it. And you just always bring awareness there. So use your body. Use it. I think my body's been the best one for me. There's been others for sure that have been major. But this is just about the body being a perfect way to, bring one of the legs of the chair towards yourself. Pick four legs, but the body is in my experience one of the best, actually. Relationships are another great one, going through those. It's all connected, right? They're all overlapping. You bring one leg of the chair and all four come towards you. But there are four legs. So keep grabbing a different leg and bringing it towards you, and then they all come together. All right. Again, thanks for listening.